In this video, I'll outline the crucial decision that WWE must make about Jade Cargill's comeback to the ring and why making the incorrect choice might have severe long-term effects on the organization. Jade's current absence has been a significant obstacle for WWE in terms of booking and the plot they had in mind for her. Because of her injuries, the company has had to adjust a lot of its plans. I'll explain what those changes could mean if WWE isn't careful. Fans were startled when Jade Cargill was laid out on an episode of SmackDown, following a brutal attack that left her in the parking lot. WWE launched the whodunit narrative right away. Everyone wants to know if this person or that person was responsible for the attack. WWE's preparations had to drastically alter, regardless of the identity of the assailant. The Women's U.S. Championship tournament was the most immediately affected, as Jade was regarded as a clear favorite to win. Jade was undoubtedly ready to win the title of first-ever Women's U.S. Champion, and many believed that this would have been a wise choice. But now that she was no longer involved, WWE had to come up with a new strategy, which is a major setback. Another major blow to WWE's preparations was the removal of Jade Cargill from the Women's War Games bout at Survivor Series. Fans weren't particularly happy with Bayley taking her place because Jade was being positioned as a possible focal point of the SmackDown Women's division. The fact that there had been no earlier reports of an injury or any clue that Jade was dealing with a significant issue only served to further complicate matters. Although it's common for professional wrestlers to suffer from persistent ailments, a serious injury like this one, which might keep her out of commission for at least 3 months, is noteworthy, and the timing couldn't be worse for WWE. In addition to changing WWE's immediate intentions, this injury also affected the course of their long-term goals for Jade Cargill. Her absence created a tremendous hole because she was supposed to be a part of certain major storylines, like as the Women's U.S. Championship event. WWE must now change course and decide who will be the rightful owner of the title that was meant to belong to her. Is Bayley the culprit? Stratton, Tiffany, Naomi, Bianca Belair, perhaps? Even while these are all well-known individuals that WWE will need to take into account, the fact that they are in this predicament at all demonstrates how crucial Jade's job was intended to be. In addition to the immediate repercussions of Jade being eliminated from important matches, WWE must decide how to manage the women's tag team championships that Jade and Bianca Belair now own. In her absence, what happens to the tag titles? Are the titles taken away from her and Bianca? Do they maintain their titles and center the plot around Jade's inevitable comeback? WWE is currently dealing with these kinds of issues, for which there is no easy answer. On the other side, WWE must make sure they don't make a big error with the plot of Jade's attacker. WWE must handle this crucial point in the story carefully to avoid upsetting the fan base and slowing down Jade's progress. Even if Jade's absence is terrible, WWE may still profit from her eventual comeback, but it will all rely on how well this unknown attacker angle is handled. Having the mystery attacker prove to be lame is the main thing WWE has to avoid, and by lame, I mean someone who lacks the fan base to make the reveal feel significant or who is a lesser-known celebrity. What if Jade returns and finds out that she was taken out by someone like Piper Niven or Mia Yim? Fans would be left perplexed as to why such a big plot point was squandered on a character that had no depth or overall importance. Given how much the WWE Universe has invested in Jade since her debut, this might cause a significant backlash. Fans are understandably irritated because they were given the impression that this plot would be significant. A weak surprise could ruin the entire build-up and give the impression that the entire approach was pointless. WWE is unable to afford to make this error. The assailant must be a highly skilled someone whose participation in the plot feels both justified and essential. This unidentified assailant must be credible and logical as a danger to Jade Cargill. It might work if WWE selects someone like Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, or Raquel Rodriguez because they are well-known celebrities with important backstories. Fans are already familiar with and invested in these characters, so an attack from them would be significant. They have credibility and enough history with Jade and her tale to give the attack significance, even if they are not the most well-known figures in the field. On the other hand, WWE might take a totally different approach and introduce a character with a track record of dominating the WWE, such as Nia Jax. The feud would have a level of intensity that would truly elevate it, and Nia's return would be a surprise turn of events, given how she has been portrayed in the past. A character like Nia, who has been positioned as a giant heel, would make sense as someone who can defeat Jade. But WWE cannot afford to make this error. No matter what they do, it cannot be a character who is only introduced to the plot to cover a gap. The attacker must make sense from a narrative standpoint as well as a logical one. The payoff must seem worthwhile, and the angle must have substance. WWE must invest a great deal of energy into developing an intriguing mystery and ultimately providing fans with a satisfactory resolution. Not to mention the lesson learned from the 2000 storyline Who Ran Over Austin starring Stone Cold Steve Austin. After being ran over in the parking lot, Austin was written off television, and WWE created a protracted mystery to identify the attacker. When Rikishi was eventually identified as the culprit, many fans were left perplexed. Even if the revelation made some sense, fans were disappointed by the lack of a larger payout because Rikishi was not a major event player at the time, with someone like Jade Cargill being positioned as a significant star in the industry. WWE cannot afford to make the same mistake twice. It's also crucial to keep in mind that once Jade returns, WWE cannot just abandon the plot. When Jade returns, there must be a significant emotional reward. It cannot be as simple as saying, "I'm back, and I'm here to fight." Fans must witness a genuine narrative in which Jade seeks retribution from the assailant and possibly defeats them in a manner that establishes her as a premier WWE performer. Heat must rise. There must be a genuine plot that develops over time, and there must be build-up. Her future with WWE will depend on how they respond to Jade Cargill's return, which is set to be a significant event. She has a lot of potential to become one of the company's biggest performers, but WWE must make the correct choices in terms of how they book Jade upon her return, as well as how they book the assailant. Should WWE try to get her into a singles run, or should she rejoin Bianca in the Women's Tag Team Championship scene? Is there a chance that she and Bianca will remain together and continue to rule the tag team division? Or should they end their collaboration eventually? WWE needs to be cautious about how they carry out Jade's storyline moving forward because they have a lot of possibilities. WWE must also make sure Jade keeps getting better both on the mic and in the ring. Although Jade has received a lot of support from fans thus far, she still has a lot of potential to improve as a WWE rookie. Her in-ring work is getting stronger, her promos are getting better, and she already stands out due to her unquestionable charm. However, WWE must continue to provide her with chances to grow and establish herself if they are to maintain her as a top star. In light of this, they must ensure that every plot point she participates in, particularly one as important as this one, advances her character and her prospects. In conclusion, WWE has to avoid making the character who is responsible for Jade Cargill's unknown attacker a low-tier one. The entire angle must be handled carefully, the reveal must be significant, and the payout must be worth the wait. Jade's career is at a turning point, and WWE must do it flawlessly. If they do, Jade might become a household name. They run the danger of squandering one of their best new talents and upsetting a fan base that is already very interested in her story if they don't. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. How should WWE respond to Jade Cargill's comeback? And who do you believe should be exposed as her assailant?